Hammer time!
Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares. Welcome back to Hammer Horror Month, also known as SeptHammer. This is a segment I'm doing with my good buddy Joe the Horror Man, where we're going to talk about a different Hammer film every day for the month of September. Today, we're going to be talking about Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. Blood from the Mummy's Tomb is a 1971 film which runs approximately 94 minutes and is directed by Seth Holt. Also by Michael Carreras, but that's uncredited. And I'll explain that in a second. Seth Holt was responsible for The Lady Killers, Danger Route, and The Nanny. Now, director Seth Holt died from a heart attack before completing the film. It was then taken over by Hammer Studios head Michael Carreras. So that's kind of why he was uncredited. I think Seth Holt finished a majority of the film. But that's not all. Actually, Peter Cushing was supposed to be in this film and completed one day of shooting before he had to be replaced by Andrew Keir. Now, Peter Cushing's wife unfortunately was ailing at the time and he wanted to be with her. Anyone who knows the history of Horror Express was right after his wife had passed. And even though he was in an immense amount of pain because of the loss of his wife, they all said he was a consummate professional. But yeah, he was actually supposed to be in this film, and this was going to be number 23 or 24. But yeah, it's a shame. Now this stars Andrew Keir as Fuchs, Valerie Leone as Margaret Fuchs, and James Villiers as Corbic. Now, the interesting thing about this film is I have actually watched it twice, and because of the distractions in the film, I think I can tell you what it's about now, although I couldn't the first time I watched it. Um, this film stars the beautiful Valerie Leone, who was actually in two Bond movies, The Spy Who Loved Me and Never Say Never Again, although she was never a Bond girl. She was I think, a receptionist in one and a bartender in the other one, or a girl standing next to the bar. So, yeah, not sure why, but yeah, she was not a Bond girl. Now, the plot for this, she has a doppelganger, and basically her doppelganger was an Egyptian princess who had gotten her hand cut off and then laid to rest in a sarcophagus. Now, apparently, they share this intercosmic soul because um, Margaret's mom died giving birth to her in childbirth. And apparently, Margaret died too, but then was brought back to life. You kind of get this story, this backstory from her father. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to collect artifacts in order to bring the Egyptian princess back to life. That's kind of the story in a nutshell. As I said before, Valerie Leone is a complete knockout, and it's very distracting because she has beautiful eyes, and it's kind of hard to concentrate on the film when you're seeing everything that's going on around it. Now, there's really not much nudity to speak of, unlike a lot of the 70s films that Hammer was responsible for. But, um, as you can see from pictures, she wears lingerie half the movie, and yeah, it's yeah. Like I said, I watched it twice, and after the first time, I probably couldn't even have told you what it was about. But I did concentrate more on it when Joe and I watched it, and we both liked it. I'll leave it at that. Definitely check this one out. This is one I don't hear talked about very often. It has some really interesting special effects in it, and this is where Hammer started to go a little bit on the heavier horror side, with nudity, with more gore, with cleavage, with all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, it was at the end of their run, so it was almost too little, too late. So yeah, definitely check out Blood from the Mummy's Tomb, and don't forget to check out Joe's review of Blood from the Mummy's Tomb. Physical media matters. And until next time, peace.